Hi. Okay, so today we're going to go over how to write an argumentative essay, mostly in the form of for the AIR test. So, a couple terms I want to throw at you right now is the argument. This is what you're trying to prove. Um, and it's important that you pick one side and stick with it. So, a lot of times people will try to say, this should happen sometimes, but not other times. Keep it as simple as possible and stick with one side. And the other thing is your counterclaim or argument. So, also your counter argument. This is what the opposition says. This is what people who go against what you're writing about are trying to argue against you. And then finally, you have the rebuttal. And the rebuttal is basically what you say to poke a hole in their argument. So, if you need a quick visual for this, I always kind of imagine two people arguing. Okay, so this is me. You can tell it's me because I've got a cute little bun, and this is my nemesis. He's got a top hat and evil eyes. Okay, so first of all, we have to have something to argue about. Let's say we're arguing whether or not sorry, trying to think of a good essay, whether cats are better than dogs. I happen to grow up with cats, so I love cats, although I can see why you love dogs. But I would argue that cats are better than dogs. Okay, so in order to visualize argument, counterclaim, counter argument, and rebuttal, remember that I get to have the first word in my essay. So cats are quiet. That's my first piece of evidence. Another thing is that cats don't have to be walked. Okay, so that's another part to my thing. Now, if you've ever been in an argument and someone has like just talked and they never give you a chance to reply, that gets really frustrating. We're not going to be like that in our essay. We're going to let the other guy talk. Just one thing, but we're going to let him talk. So he might make the argument that dogs can be trained. And can dogs can be trained. All right, we've let them say their piece, but you know what? It's our essay, so we get to have the final word on that. And the final word I'm going to say is something that pokes a hole in this person's counter argument. Now, in an AIR essay, sometimes the way you set things up, you just don't have that ability, especially if you're only stuck with the articles they give you. Try to make this one poke a hole in this one, but if it doesn't, that's okay. So dogs can be trained, cats can be trained. Two, and you don't have to walk them. Don't have to walk them on cold days. Okay. So if this were a conversation, this is what it would look like, the back and forth. If this is an essay, here's how we would show this. This would be paragraph 1. This would be paragraph 2. And this combined would be paragraph 3. Okay, so paragraph 3 is going to be much longer. Please continue on the next video to figure out how we're going with this. Thank you for your time.